Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're looking at the NECA M3GAN Ultimate Action Figure. So I just picked this up today, wanted to of course add this to the horror collection, but also because I did enjoy this movie. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I think there's also a sequel in the works, so I'm looking forward to that. But let's get into the figure. So of course the front of the packaging is, the movie poster of the M3GAN movie, M3GAN Ultimate Action Figure. The top just has M3GAN and then the NECA logo. Not much with the bottom, but here is this side right here. You can see M3GAN and then the logo right there, and then it's also the same on this side. And then the back, of course, we do have some images of the figure. We got a description down here. Can't really see the rest, but here's the rest of the top right here. And then as you open the flap, it does reveal the figure and then the accessories, and then we got an image of the figure right there. Alright, so here it is out of the packaging right here, and aesthetically this looks pretty great actually. It's kind of crazy because it almost looks like the actual doll, except they kind of like shrunk it down into like an action figure. Really, that's pretty much what it's supposed to give off, because it does look pretty realistic. The head sculpt, I would say, is probably the best about this figure, because they definitely did capture the way how M3GAN looks in the movie. Like, I think aesthetically it does look really good. I'll get in a little bit closer here for the head sculpt. I think I got a little bit of white paint there on the hair, but you can see the details they got for the hair right here. There's like a little bit of dry brushing, a little bit right here, and the hair is actually a bit soft, so that'll probably help a little bit for like posing with the head, right? The paint job seems pretty clean on the face too, with the eyes and the eyebrows there. And then we have her dress, which is also a soft plastic. Now I will say this though, it doesn't really help too much, just because me trying to move the dress, it doesn't seem like it wants to move anymore, so that's probably gonna limit with the leg articulation. But overall it does still look pretty nice. And we have the long sleeves here, and then coming on down, here's like the shoes. So the joints here for her ankles, they were pretty tight, so I recommend heating them up, because you don't want to like break or anything like that. But that's what I had to do to get it to work. But the blue paint for her shoes seems pretty clean. And then she has peg holes at the bottom of her feet. It's like a little bit of details here on this side. Alright, and now for the accessories. So this is going to be the interchangeable head sculpt along with the hands once you take the figure out of the packaging. But here is our second interchangeable head sculpt right here. This one also looks pretty good. Again, they did a really good job trying to capture M3GAN here, because it still has like that realistic doll, but also sort of like robotic kind of look to it in a way. But these do look pretty nice. I do think this eye though is probably a little too far off to the side, but I don't know, maybe that's just how maybe that's just how the face is supposed to be. The other interchangeable head sculpt you have here is the battle damage one, and this one also looks pretty nice. You can see like the hair is like kind of pulled back, and you can see like the damage that happened here to the face. And then here's the last interchangeable head sculpt. This is pretty much what we've seen during the final battle. This is like all that was left over from M3GAN. What's cool about this is that they give you like interchangeable like face plates right here. So you have like this one, for example. I'm not gonna throw it completely all in, but you have that for an example right there. And then we get another one, which is this one. This one is kind of weird to me, just because the eye right here to the side, like this one right here, she's kind of like looking off to the side, because this one is looking straight in a way, but then this one's like to the side. So I don't know if that one's also misprinted. I'm not entirely sure. You guys can let me know if your figure is like that too. But yeah, you get those, which I think is actually pretty cool. You also get interchangeable hands, the hands you need for posing and for holding your weapons. So you have that. We do get a blade. So we get a blade right here. And then we get another one, but this time it has blood on it. So yeah, you get a plain one, then one with blood right there. And then your other accessories, you get like a screwdriver, and then you get a hammer, and then the last one you get here is the nail gun right here. And this is pretty nice too. Okay, and now for the articulation. So the head is on a double ball peg, so you are still gonna get some movement around. I mean, the hair will still be in the way, but because it's like soft, it shouldn't be in the way too much, but it is still gonna be pretty limited. My issue though is that this head pops off too easily on that ball peg. It pops off way too easily. So even if I just turn at the head, you see how it just tends to want to slide up now. I'm guessing maybe it's just not supposed to turn as much right there, but it does pop off really easy. So I have to like turn it but then push the head down if I want her to like look off to the side and like, you know, put the hair over the shoulder. So that's my only issue right there. It just pops off way too easily right there. For the shoulders, hinge to the shoulder, honestly not great. You're only going to get that much range right there, which isn't that good. And I'll even try this arm. Nah, yeah, that's pretty much all you're going to get right there. There's no bicep swivel, surprisingly. There's no bicep swivel there. And, you know, you have your single jointed elbows. You get pretty good range from there. You know, that's as much as you're going to get. Of course, you have your rotation, the wrist, through swivel and hinge. Nothing going on with the torso though, but of course for the hips, I'm assuming they're not going to be that great due to the dress. Even with the soft plastic, I mean, you get a little bit, not so much. And then kicking back, it actually kicks back just a little bit better actually. So you get that much. And then like out to the side, because we actually got like the cuts here to the side, so that will probably help a little bit, but you're only gonna get probably just about that much for the kick to the side. No upper thigh cut, not a whole lot right there, but we are single jointed with the knees, and there's a rotation. And then for the ankles, so like I said, I did have to heat these up because they were pretty stiff, but they do go far back about there, far forward just about there, and then you have your ankle rocker. So yeah, that's the articulation for M3GAN. So yeah, it's not really that great. I don't really expect too much with the articulation from NECA because I know they don't usually go all in on the articulation like that. You know, there's like a little bit of posability you're gonna do with M3GAN. My only issue is that she does a lot of crazy stuff in the movie, and she's really like fast and, you know, flexible. So I would expect it just a little bit, really, especially like with the arms and a little bit with the legs here. But overall, that's as much as you're gonna get there. So you're gonna do some pretty standard posing with this, you know, this M3GAN figure. Okay, and now for some comparisons, but here she is next to the Ultimate Chucky figure. This is the one based off of the TV series. So she does stand a lot taller here. This figure is just a shy of 5.5 inches, while Chucky stands at exactly 4 inches. But yeah, you know, it is kind of cool seeing these two next to each other, as these two pretty much have beef now in a way, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I thought I would definitely throw that in because I might end up putting these two next to each other just because of that. But yeah, I thought I would do that if you were curious on how that was going to look. And then just one more comparison. I wanted to compare it with some more taller figures. So we got two of my other favorites right here. We got the Ultimate Ghostface and then the Michael Myers figure. Okay, so final thoughts on the NECA M3GAN Ultimate figure. I personally like this one. Overall, the paint job and the sculpt is really good. I like the accessories that you're getting here, including the interchangeable head sculpts and the face plates for the damaged head. I think that's a pretty nice touch. I think maybe including the pen as an accessory would have been a neat choice, as I always thought that was a funny gag in the movie. but it's not much of a huge deal to me. My only big issues with the figure is the head popping off too easily on the figure and the articulation. The articulation could have been a lot better in my opinion, as there's not a lot you can really do with her but except get her into really basic poses. But if the articulation isn't a big deal to you, or maybe you're an inbox collector, then it's probably not really going to phase you as much. I think you're still going to like this one, especially if you're a huge fan of the character and the movie. Then I'd say pick it up if you can. It is currently hitting Target as of right now. That is where I was able to get mine. But let me know, what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Until then, take care, my friends.